So Tamron sent me something to test out. So Tamron sent me their new 7180 G2 f2.8 to test out and review. So we're gonna go out and shoot some photos with it. So we're gonna be pairing it with my Sony a7 IV and see what we can do with some street photography style of content, as well as just seeing what else we can capture, maybe some portraits, and do some examples of video to see how well this lens performs from the previous one, since I used to own the 7180, the first version of it. Then I upgraded to my 35-150 because it covered more ranges that I needed, but I'm curious to see how well the updated version of the 7180 works. All right, so we're here. We're gonna be using the Tamron 7180 to go take some street photos. Nothing too crazy, but just walk around here in the area where I live. Then we'll take some portraits, and I'll also show you a little bit of video to see what it looks like, and then give you a little bit of my thought process of what I think of the lens itself since I've used the previous model, and see how much it's changed. All right, we got the Tamron 7180. Got some people out there, and I keep messing with this because I think that's where the extension is, but that's what my 35-150 does. So I'm just gonna go ahead and boom, there we go. Starting off with a little bit of a faraway shots. Apparently it's homecoming for all the kids here, so you have everybody taking some portraits that way. But we got this dude rocking it up. Try to get him from over here. Boom. Kind of got him.
Like this?
Yeah, but a little bit more back. There you go, stay right there. Have to look through the viewfinder because otherwise I can't see anything. There we go. Looks kind of cute. I try to take a photo of just in general. I can't see anything with these sunnies, but what I've noticed though is how much different the weight is from this one to my 35-150. It's obviously not as long of a focal range stuff, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, these are not going to be the best photos, that's going to be honest, because those ducks are going ham over there. They're like food. It's funny. It's like, yeah. Gosh. Looks kind of cool. Looks kind of alright. I wish there was better scenery because the woodland just kind of sucks. So hold on a sec. This is my street photography, guys, because there's nothing good going on.
Nice and bright.
Boom, zooming in all the way, guys. As good as it gets. As good as it gets. Well, we did a little bit of street photography. There's not really much going on here where I live for street photography. Didn't really have much time to go downtown, but wanted to take a little bit of photos in the area. But I want to focus a little bit on some portraits because the reason I used to get the 7180 was really great for portraits. It's really good for street photography as well, because if you're kind of introverted, you can take photos from afar from people, make your storytelling that way. But today, we're just gonna go ahead and do more portraits and then do a little bit of videoing with the lens itself too. So, my main thing's gonna be to see how the autofocus tracks right here. Looks very good, it's really fast on her face, so not even having my section right there kind of on focus on her face, but it still tracks her. So that's kind of nice. Boom. Looks good so far like that. Let's zoom in a bit, unlock it. 180, let's go. Oh, nice fast autofocus, even with the sunnies on. Thank you, Sony a7 IV, and also the 7180. What up, doggo? Little doggy. Yeah. He's like, nah. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit right here and look to your right. There you go, like that. That's very good autofocus with this, so it's very nice. Boom. The compression of the 180 is really nice, by the way. Let's go 135. Boom. So I'm gonna do 70 right here with the sun behind you and the buildings. There we go. And we're gonna try to get that compression of the 180. I'm gonna scoot back even. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Yeah, like that. Now you can look at me like that. There you go. And then look a little bit, like just a little bit ever so. There you go. I like that. And then like you're loving life. There you go. There we go. I'm gonna do like a little bit of like if it was like a still from a movie. You're contemplating your life. You're like, what? What's going on? Huh?
I need coffee.
You need coffee? And then look a little bit towards me more. There you go, right there. There we go.
Shadow above it.
Yeah. Looks really cool, actually.
I'm
gonna do a zoomed in version of this. Ah, he's talking. Pretty nice. I like the weight of this. Very not as heavy as I'm used to, as I recall, even with the other one. So it's pretty cool, pretty nice. Like this. So far, so good. Well, that's some of the examples of some portraits, just some footage and everything like that, just to be able to showcase what it looks like. And I'm about to share my thoughts when it comes down to this lens as we make our way back to the car, because it'll just make it a lot easier. So this lens is really cool because you get a good telephoto lens that's not overly heavy, and it's something that I always enjoy when I have my 70-180, the first version of this one. Now with the upgraded version of this, you get a lot better autofocus. It just has a little bit better, just minor features here and there for an upgrade that to me is pretty cool to have, because having a nice telephoto lens always does really great with the compression. That's why one of the reasons why I chose to keep my 35-150, mainly because I get that 35-150 range. But the cool thing with this one is having a 70-180 to an f2.8 all the way throughout, just to get a little bit more of that range, which makes it nice if you want to do more telephoto side of things, if you know you don't want to have a little bit of the wider range. Pairing this up with a 28-75 or even a 17-28 is pretty good, because at the end of the day, you have a lot of the bases covered. You might miss a little bit of the chunk if you do the wider range, but still pretty good when it comes down to that. Now, this lens is really great for me for portraits. I think it's one of the most versatile ones for the compression. That's one of the reasons why I used to love having my 70-180. Obviously now with a 35-150, it just works for me a little bit, but it also comes at a difference with the cost and also the weight. This one feels very light, that like I just honestly kind of didn't even notice that I had this setup sometimes, because it just felt not so heavy. I mean, to me, it just feels quite different compared to having the 35-150 in bulkiness, which if you're not wanting to have something so bulky, this is a lens to go with to get some good telephoto, but also not really kind of be holding something too heavy while you're out and about taking photos. But honestly, having the little zoom range action to the 180 range is something I do miss having when it comes to a telephoto lens. From the 150 to the 180, it's not that much, but it also is a little bit of a difference. So having that axis is really cool to me. But I mean, to me, this lens is very good if you just want a telephoto lens. For me, I recommend always a 35 to 150 if you want to have a good mixed range, focal range, just because you have that f2 to 2.8, that's hard to beat. I wish they would have done a little bit something different with this one to make it more justifiable for like the, upgrade, if you will. But it's still a really great lens. You have the nice, kind of like, I think that like the OIS or vibration that they added to it, so like it helps stabilize a little bit better. I noticed it when I was doing handheld footage with just recording like video, which is kind of nice to be able to have that if you're out and about and on the go and you can't bring, let's say, a gimbal or something like that. Because that's one of the main things with me, is having a good sized lens that you can do versatile things. And this is a great lens overall. So if you're in the telephoto market business, this is the one to go with, because I know the G Master from Sony is great, but the price tag on it is just incredibly high to me, that it's just hard to justify the price for what it is. But obviously, if you have the budget for it, maybe the Sony is better for you. So is this a lens that I can recommend to you? Well, yes, honestly, for the budget that Tamron puts their lenses, I think they're always great lenses for the bang for your buck. That's one of the reasons why I personally shoot with Tamron. I don't get paid by Tamron. They just have lent me lenses before, but every lens that I own is because I've bought them myself. So I'm not like an ambassador or anything, so I don't gain anything from telling you to get the lens or not. It's just my personal experience with them has been really great, so I try to tell people to use them. I've never really gotten to use much of the Sony line of lenses, like the G Master lenses, only if like a friend has them. But for me, I haven't been able to justify the price point of those for type of lenses like this or anything like that that you want to get. So for me personally, I think lenses like this with the cost and everything that Tamron gives us is really great, because you can do so much with them for a good price point for full frame lenses that you can not break the bank as much as you're doing with buying a full frame body or anything like that, because they're more costly. So I really like these type of lenses. I think this is a great lens. Is it really not much different from the first version that I had? Not really. It just feels the same, to be honest. It feels, I mean, unless because my memory's been jogged up a little bit, but it feels lighter in a good way. I mean, the autofocus is fast and everything, so you're gonna get a really great lens for the price point. So it could work out for you if you're wanting to get a nice telephoto lens to be able to go more on the telephoto side of things. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.